Central Texas is still working to recover from those deadly July floods. There are just days left as well to apply for a physical damage loan after the president's major disaster declaration. Here to explain more is Anita Steenson with the Small Business Administration. Anita, welcome and thank you for being with us. We always appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us, Will. We appreciate your inviting us.
I just want to clarify for everybody who might be looking for help, potentially from the Small Business Administration. The agency does have small business within its title, but the assistance can go to others besides business owners, right?
Yes, and thank you so much for asking that question. So it is something that we're glad to have the opportunity to explain to your viewers that when a disaster is declared, our particular branch of the agency, U.S. Small Business Administration Disaster Assistance, has resources for homeowners, renters, as well as businesses and nonprofits. And that is the case here with the Presidential Disaster Declaration. We have resources for homeowners, renters, businesses, and nonprofits.
And what kinds of assistance are available for people who might have been impacted or affected by the floods?
Okay, great. So we have low interest loans for homeowners. We have up to $500,000 available for them. And for renters, we have $100,000. And as a matter of fact, that $100,000 is additionally available to homeowners in addition to the $500,000. On top of that, we have available an additional 20% for homeowners for mitigation for on top of what we discussed for $500,000. We also have up to $2 million available to businesses and nonprofits. And then we also have available economic injury funds for businesses and nonprofits. So we have a lot available.
Right, there's quite a wide range of assistance that people could apply for. Obviously, we want to remind people about how they can apply, but I'm curious from you if you have any idea about how many people have applied for already and gotten this type of assistance.
Yes, basically at this point our numbers are pretty low. However, we have approved 310 applications, and we've offered a little over $29 million, which I know that sounds like a lot of money, but for the 310 applications, those are pretty low numbers. And statistically, only about 10% of survivors take advantage of what is available. So we are in what's called a grace period. So that is why I'm so grateful that you've offered us the chance to be here. What that means is the deadline has actually already passed, and we only have until November 27th for homeowners, renters, businesses, and nonprofits to apply for physical damage assistance. So it's really pretty urgent that folks apply.
And is the current government shutdown affecting abilities for people to apply and even get that assistance right now?
So that's the good news, is it's not really affecting disaster assistance at all. We have teams here on the ground. We have 2 centers still open in Kerr County and San Angelo.
In that area, yeah.
Yes, and we have teams that are always available for online assistance, and people can go to sba.gov/disaster to apply, and we have teams that are eager to assist people to apply, and there are lots of benefits to applying.
And if somebody has not had that opportunity to either go to one of the centers or check it out online, what would you ask them to do to try to find out more information about how to apply?
Sure. So I would encourage everybody to apply, even if you're just curious, because there are lots of benefits to applying. First of all, there's no cost to apply. There's no obligation to take a loan. And these loans are, for example, for homeowners, they're, just a little over 3%. And the great thing about them is they can be a significant lifeline. And, for example, there's no interest that accrues for the first year. There's no payments for the first year. And that gives people a lot of opportunity to explore their options, to perhaps settle their insurance claim in a way that they don't have to feel pressured. They can explore grants. For example, they don't have to go into high credit card, borrowing or draw down from pensions. There's no prepayment penalty. So say they settle their insurance or they get enough grant money, they can just pay back their SBA loan and they won't have accrued any interest. There's really not a lot of downside to applying for an SBA disaster loan. We just say apply, apply, apply. These are your tax dollars. You should really explore applying.
Well, I think that's a good place to end our conversation then. Anita Steenson with the Small Business Administration, thanks again for talking to us today.
Thank you so much for having us, and we really hope to see people at our centers and online.